If you'd like to get early access to more videos like this and help decide what you'd like to see next, please consider joining the Patreon. The link is in the description. Bert is the oldest of the small engines, and although he is a hard worker, he often suffers with shy steaming and struggles with the heavier trains in the holiday season. One day, at the height of summer, the thin controller came to see him. "We're having you rebuilt, Bert," he said. "You'll get a kill-chap blast pipe, a taller chimney and a suitable sized cab. That'll make your work easier. What do you say?" "Oh, yes, please, sir," smiled Bert. The steam engines of the little railway stay at the junction with Duck's branch line overnight, but at the other end of the line, a little diesel called Sigrid of Arlesdale has a shed. Every morning she brings a train of workers down the valley and spends a day working around the main station. She likes having a chance to speak to the other engines and is on standby in case of breakdowns or if a relief train is needed. Every night she takes her party of workers home. Rex, Bert and Mike love their new life on the island of Sodor. They like their different coloured paint and working alongside their restored coaches and new bogie wagons. Sometimes Rex thinks about the secluded little line he used to run with Bert and Mike, how they used to be green, and chuckles at the memory of Mike's annoyance at being mistaken for Rex. Sometimes Rex misses the old days. But then he looks around at his new home and thinks of all his new friends, and Rex knows he is a very lucky engine indeed. With Bert away, the small controller put more of his supporting engines on passenger trains. Frank was excited. He spent most of his time shunting or with workmen, so taking visitors down the beautiful valley was a lovely change. His driver arrived one morning with exciting news. "Diesel days!" he grinned. "The visitors like seeing you and the other diesels pulling their trains for a change, and so the small controller is putting on special galas called Diesel Days. You, Sigrid, and all the others will be star attractions that day." One year, when visitors came to the small railway, Jock was not the only new addition to the line. Brand new fully enclosed coaches were on the passenger trains, allowing the passengers to travel in comfort even in cold and wet weather. One morning was very bright, but very cold. Jock stood at the platform with the new coaches, while Rex stood opposite him with the old ones. Rex was due to leave first. The passengers pottered around the station admiring the engines. When the guard encouraged them to get on board, they went straight towards Jock's train rather than Rex's. "This isn't the temperature to be in the heritage coaches," said a passenger. Rex was fuming and went off with his train half full. Jock followed on, laughing heartily. The Blister twins had been productive all morning. The coaches had all been arranged and were waiting for their engines, and the ballast trucks were ready at the chute. "Let's have some fun with Mike," they whispered to each other. "I say, Mike, how does it feel to get ready next to the most important engines on the line?" Mike was put out by this. "Most important? How'd you work that out? I carry more passengers and more ballast than you've had trips to the fueling depot." The twins laughed. "We built this line, remember? And we're the only two with numbers. I see the small controller hasn't bothered to give the rest of you any yet. No, we're numbers 1 and 2, the most important." Mike let off steam in a huff. Bert was sent to the big works for his rebuild, and his friends missed him terribly. The diesels were excited to pull more passengers though, and the visitors thought them very polite little engines indeed. The small controller promised they could work with coaches more in future. When Bert came back, his friends could hardly recognise him. His fresh coat of blue paint was familiar, but his outline made him look a very different engine. At first Mike and Rex teased him, but after they saw how well he handled his trains, they soon saw sense. "The only proper colour for a special engine is red, you know," said Mike knowledgeably. "There are lots of blue engines, Bert, like Donald and Douglas. And Doc and Oliver are green like you, Rex. And Jock, you're sort of green too. But I'm the only red engine around here." "What about James?" put in Jock. "The big engines always talk about his red paint and how it makes him cocky." "Maybe red is the colour of arrogant engines then?" put in Rex with a wink. "Do you remember Duke?" said Bert thoughtfully. "The other engine on his line are red too, or so I've heard." Finally, this little diesel is mentioned in the lecture notes, but is not mentioned beyond that. Some think they were replaced by Sigrid of Arlesdale in the canon, but there is no source for this and no reason why they couldn't exist in the railway series alongside each other. They are not given a name, but as the real-life basis of this engine was the local pub, a good name for this engine could be Ormsted. Thanks for watching everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the Patreon like these fine folk to help pick the next video subject, get early access to new content and help support the channel.